Hey everybody, I'm Bethany and I'm a casting producer for Unscripted TV.
Hey, I'm Danny, and I'm also a casting producer for Unscripted TV.
And we are excited to bring you our new podcast, Casting Stories Untold.
Woo woo!
Woo-woo.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm drinking Dunkin'. Even though we
Okay.
have it in LA, I guess somewhere, I never see it and I
Oh,
never go
see,
there.
it's funny because like I didn't grow up with Dunk. I mean, of course, living on the East Coast, I had it, but I didn't grow up with it. And then now I see it here. So I'm just not like a partaker. I don't like have this like Dunkin' Donuts like fixation like everyone does.
Ooh, it's I'm not like I don't love it, but I actually do like their food way better than Starbucks.
Hmm.
Do you like Starbucks breakfast food?
I do. I like their food. Oh my God, their falafel, like what is it? Like a spicy falafel sandwich. It's so good. Yeah, I
Ooh.
feel like I don't know about their breakfast food, but like they're just like,
Oh,
snacks and
like
treats and stuff are yummy.
their lunch food.
Yeah. They have like a good yummy burrito. Starbucks has some banging food.
Mm. Do you ever give what?
Nothing.
Spe-
Speaking of banging food,
Speaking of
yeah,
banging,
this guest is made she bangs even more iconic. He is the American Idol sensation who honestly turned a viral audition into a really powerful story. It's William Hung. Yay. Hi, William.
hello.
Hi, Bethany. Hi, Danny.
So good
Hi.
to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good, good, good. It's been a minute. So, like, just to kind of let everyone know, like, you and I connected on Goat and we had been talking about the process. And I actually want to hear how your experience was on the show. I know you came on as like a guest and hung out with Joel for a little bit for a challenge. So, let's start with just like saying hi. How's it going?
I'm doing great. A lot has happened since my guest appearance on Goat. So I decided to pursue and finish my master's in data science because I do need to build the job security. I
Yep.
know the and I love the entertainment world, but I also know that the entertainment world can be very unpredictable. So that's
We
why
hear that.
right.
William, we
Yeah.
we understand 100%. Yes, absolutely agree with that. So good for you for like doing multiple income streams, right? I guess that's what it's all about today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back. Let's like kind of start you. Should we start like at the beginning of your kind of journey? Obviously, people know you from Idol, but like
Right.
should we go way back and talk a little bit about you coming up? Like where because you were you born in Hong Kong? Or you born here and talk a little bit about your life story.
Of course. I was born in Hong Kong. I came to the United States around 10 years old. Uh, I was like believe it or not, I was the introvert before American Idol. Because I was this kid that people that very few people wanted to talk to me. I didn't feel comfortable putting myself out there. But what changed was during high school I started to take some risks. I remember that before my audition for American Idol, I even lip synced one of Ricky Martin's favorite songs, "Shake Up Bon Bon."
Love.
But you lip
What?
synced it.
Yeah, at the time.
Okay. At the time.
And then when I went to college, I was studying civil engineering, but academics were not my strong suit. So and one day I saw this poster for a school talent show. I decided that I need to take a shot. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And then somehow I won singing Ricky Martin's G Bangs.
Amazing.
So how did you connect then with Idol? Like what was that experience? You just went and thought, "Hey, I won this talent contest. Let me go be on like the biggest national stage that there is."
Yeah, it was so everything just happened seems to happen for a reason. A few days later, I saw on the news that they had American Idol auditions near San Francisco. So I just decided to try. I had no expectations. And what most people don't know is that you have to go through multiple rounds of audition before you get to see Simon, Randy, and Paula.
Mm.
Exactly. Were you surprised when you got that far? Like were you sort of like, "What the hell? Like this is amazing."
Yeah, I never thought that was possible. Like I was my expectation going into the American Idol audition was like even the first time I saw the well, some of the former producers and the staff, it's like, okay, sorry, go home. You're not good enough. Bye.
That's what you expected, you were saying?
Yeah, of course.
Ah, I want to, but I want to keep going on that. But I'm curious. What when you said you were like shy and introverted, and then you were like, I want to start taking some risks. What was might be like the impetus for you, or the driving force for you to want to go from being this shy, reserved person to putting yourself completely out there?
Well, like I said, nobody knew what would happen for the American Idol. Yes, and
Oh,
yes, we know what happened. Like we don't, but nobody knew what would happen. But I thought that I need to start connecting with people. Somehow it's like it comes in full circle, right? Like for academics, for example, like one problem that I discovered was that I'm not talking to people enough.
mm.
Whether I was too it was too wrapped up in my own world, and that's why I feel like expanding the social circle, just try to put myself out there. I thought like that was my only chance because otherwise I'll be just if there's a saying, right? If you do the same thing, and expect a different result, you're crazy. I don't yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, this clearly the Idol experience expanded your social circle and your community. So, let's talk about that like process you when you were there and you're like moving forward and forward and forward and you're kind of like this is amazing. Tell us like what was your experience on the other end? We all saw what happened, but what was your experience?
Another thing that most people don't know is that during the audition, so many people they were so serious practicing like last minute singing, and I even overheard someone saying, "Oh, this is life or death if I don't make it." Because I remember this guy that came all the way from like Tennessee or something somewhere far, right?
Yeah.
So for me, my approach was the complete opposite because I knew the odds of actually winning of American Idol is so small. It's like, why am I putting so much pressure on myself?
That's true. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel like you kind of were just there to have a good time and have a different experience and you didn't have a lot on it and you were just like I'm here I am. And I kind of love that mentality. I wish I had more of that
Yeah.
moving through my life.
Honest to God, seriously. So yeah, what like is that what you think people connected to? Like you're like braver, like putting yourself out there, being like, look, I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah, something that I did spend a lot of time on, consciously, was preparing what to say when I don't make it to Hollywood. Like I was ready to get bashed by one of the harshest judges that ever known on earth, Simon Cowell.
What were you preparing to say?
I mean, I didn't know exactly what words would come out of my mouth, but I knew that I didn't want to be upset and angry like most of the contestants on TV during the early years of audition. Because, from what I saw, right, that's what they show on TV. People would get like very angry. Oh no, and I even saw a guy like threw a water bottle at Simon Cowell, and like, okay, well, I don't want to do that.
William, I'm glad you didn't do that. That
Yeah, yeah, no,
I mean,
I wasn't
that'd be
going
a
there.
whole the course of. I mean, honestly, like we're joking about it, but like if you think about that, the entire course of your life would have been completely different
Oh.
had you been like had like a crappy reaction, right? So I'm understanding that you went in knowing that you weren't going to move forward. Like, I mean, you were saying you were just having fun.
Right.
So you were prepared to like what would like you were prepared to talk to Simon, but what like I don't know. I guess what's my question? Like, what did you prepare for? Like, what did you think was going to happen?
I expect Simon to have some harsh comments. I don't know what he was exactly was gonna say, but I knew that it was something along the lines like you can't sing, you can't dance, and that's what came out of his mouth too. So I had to be ready for that. Even though I knew what's ironic is that even though I knew it was coming, it was still hard for me to respond. It was like it took me a few moments to gather myself. And then I was able to say like how I generally felt. I gave my best. I have no regrets at all.
That's awesome.
I mean, life lesson.
And then so you leave there, you kind of put it behind you, however many, right, months go by.
Yeah.
And then what was that experience like when it kind of started to air and take off in a way?
Yeah, so it was there's about a 4 month window between my actual audition and when people get to see it on TV. I was scared to watch that audition with other people. The first time I saw myself was during a New Year commercial during a Cotton Bowl football game, and then I was thinking, what? Why they choose me to air on TV? I mean, I mean, of course, later on I found out that I was the exception, like the special. Like, it was a very unique response, but at the time I didn't know what to think. Then during the night when the audition was on TV, I remember I was trying to hide myself in my dorm room. I didn't want people to find me. I didn't want people to get to me because I didn't know how people would respond to my audition because it was as we know now it was the response was love or hate relationship. Some people loved it, some people hated it.
You were in your dorm room alone
Yes,
in
on
college?
purpose. Yes,
Wow, that must have been a little scary. Because back
yeah.
then, that was when TV, everyone watched the same things. It's not like now when everyone is streaming. Back then, it was like that was appointment television, those idol episodes.
Yes.
Wow. So you hid in the room, it aired, and then what was the coming out of the room like? The next
Well,
day or whatever.
I tried to not talk about it. I mean, I did tell a few friends beforehand, very few, but I try to keep it to myself as much as I could. And then after one of the classes for civil engineering, the professor surprised me by showing my photo and the audition on TV. Oh no! What are you doing?
Wow. Oh my God.
How was the response in the classroom to that?
People were just shocked. I mean, some people like knew it, saw it, they knew it, and then they congratulate my courage, my guts to put myself out there like that. And then some people they say, you know what, you had your fun, you shouldn't be, you can't, you're not the singer, so like go back, finish, focus on school.
Well, listen, you showed them. Don't you put out like 3 albums or something?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
How did that come about? Did someone approach you and be like, "Look, let's ride the wave and let's get an album out there"? Like, how far after? How did that come about?
Yeah, so initially the reaction was more overwhelming than I ever expected. I got opportunities to interview. There was a fan that created a website that stands the test of time to this day, WilliamHung.net. And then there was like over like I remember it's like 8 million hits or something crazy. Uh, and then that's when I got the call from my one of my the former record company to to ask me like, oh, do you I see the reaction. We want to take this chance on you. You want to maybe we create like a fun unconventional album together.
Wow. When you said former record label,
Former record company, correct?
like you were with them earlier, or they used to
Yes,
be a record? Oh,
yeah,
what were
they
you
used to
doing?
be.
Oh, they
They
used
used
to
to be.
be. Okay,
Right,
okay.
right, right.
Can you talk about that moment of deciding, right? Because you're like in college in civil engineering, and then to sort of turn and have that and say yes to that offer? Because was it hard? Were you like, I'm going to take a big chance here?
Oh, of course, it was so difficult because the way I look at the decision is not just the money up front. I knew it was a point of no return. So, so the reason I ultimately decided to take this chance was because there were like very bad, terrible rumors about me, committing suicide online at the time. Like William Hung died of heroin overdose, something crazy. Yeah. So I felt like in order to change the narrative, I need to put myself out there. I need to take control of my own story. At the end of the day, of course, people can choose what they believe, but at least I get my genuine version of my story out there.
What was there was were you sorry, how do I ask this? Was there a time that you were kind of upset by all of this? Did you have moments of being sad or were you just kind of like, this is really cool and I love this? Or like what was that experience like for you kind of emotionally?
I was upset by the some of the critics. For example, saying that I portray typical Asian stereotypes at the time. Uh, so I feel like everyone has a right to try something new without being judged or ridiculed. So I strongly disagree with those comments. But at the end of the day, I cannot please everyone.
Ain't that the truth?
You're preaching, William. Wow. So okay, so you're so like moving forward through the albums and you're doing all that, like talk us through sort of like your journey. Like you got married and you kind of like, like let's hear a little bit about your life after
Well,
Idol.
so I was traveling and performing all over the world for about 4 years, but then entertainment slowed down. I decided to finish school, settle down, get a job, try to start a family. But it's been very difficult because and there were points in my life where I felt like I was still on the top. I should be on the top. Uh, and then I made some decisions that I was not so proud of. Like getting too addicted to gambling because I want to feel that high again. I want to feel being the top of the mountain. but but the good news is that I pulled myself out of it before it was too late.
Wow.
I'm so glad to hear that. Like how did you like can you talk us through that a little bit about that journey of like getting yourself out of it and like from where you were to where you are now?
Course. So when the typical and I just want to put out that the typical gambling addicts is someone that will show up to the casino. They already know they're losing, and then they just keep throwing their money away, throwing their family away. But I was not that at all. I was a former professional poker player. I was doing very well with poker. But after a while. I felt like it was just another grind, another job, and then I got greedy. I got into sports betting, baccarat, and the whole gamut. And then that's how I put myself in a very bad position. And then I couldn't seem to get out of it. Even with working with my friends, talking to people, and that but somehow I snapped out of it. One of my friends reminded me wait, William, that's not who you are. You're a smart guy. That's not who you are. So I took that in very well. I got the help I needed, and now I'm standing, proud of where I am today.
That's awesome.
As you should, yeah, as you should. And
Did
now
I,
you're like, go ahead.
oh, no, I'm just curious, did you make more money from your singing career or from the gambling poker player?
Oh, definitely the entertainment. And that's another thing about gambling, right? Like it feels like for of course not everybody experience the same, but for my experience, I feel like the gambling it just comes and goes. You, I never feel at peace with the money, even with the money I earn. So yeah, I just don't see how that is the right long-term trajectory for me.
So that's why you went back to school and didn't you get your MBA too?
Yes, I did. Yeah, so that's why I decided, why not use my smarts into put my energy into the right places. So yeah, I got my master's in business as well.
It's so interesting because you said before, like, that your academics wasn't your strong suit, but like you were at civil engineering, you have your
Oh.
bachelor's, your MBA, like I would say that's pretty impressive
Yeah,
intellectually, academically.
Yeah, so what happened was that before I wasn't as mature. When I started studying in Berkeley, like 20-year-old kid, don't know what he's doing. And and then many years later, when I went back to school, I went in with a different mindset and determination.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And I was gonna ask what your current job is, but
Yes, I'm a data analytics manager for LA County.
for
So it's
crime?
like the sheriff's
No, no,
office?
no, I'm supporting the older adults and people with disabilities.
Oh, how so?
Because I would research environmental justice. Like I would I mean I'm not the only one, but my overall work and my team, right? Like we look at how we can offer services, with the like food delivery, for example. So yeah.
Like how to help get that to the elderly people who can't go out and shop?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes.
wow. That's really
Oh my God,
cool.
William, you're doing like good things.
Yeah. And did you say are you Bethany, did you say you got married?
Yeah, I mean, I finally, I mean, I got married, divorced, married again,
Oh.
but third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. I love that. I love that.
Yes. So what about kids? Is that a rude question to ask? I never know if that's a rude question to ask people.
It's still something we're working on.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Is your family here, William? Like where are you? Like are you yeah.
Yeah, in Los Angeles, we're together.
Okay. And your family you have siblings, like are your parents like still with us? Like what's your
Yeah,
family like?
my mostly my parents, my wife, most of my relatives are still in Hong Kong.
mm.
Some of them are spread out, across the United States.
Did the Idol stuff make it to them in Hong Kong, and what was their reaction like back there?
Yes, yes, all of my family saw my original American Idol audition. Because it was so unique, somehow it got every my audition went viral across the world. Yeah, and the reaction was they were surprised, but they also happy for me.
I have to say, as an American Idol super fan, of the Cowell years, I didn't watch past really then.
Right, right.
I would say like you're probably more well known than most of the people who have made it. It's crazy. I feel like you would probably be in the top whatever list of names that people know from American Idol, which is wild and like a huge accomplishment. And I don't think that would have happened had you not like pursued it after and made the whole single of She Bangs and probably like toured and all that stuff. And I'm pretty sure didn't it chart?
Yeah, the first album, Inspiration, it was the number one independent album on Billboards at one point.
Which is like amazing. Did
Yeah.
you go to Hong Kong? Like, did you go back there and were you like known? Did you have like a whole kind of homecoming type of thing?
Yeah, because I actually got invited to be part of a movie, like a romantic comedy. So yeah, it was a big deal, I was I had the paparazzi following me around in Hong Kong, like every minute I was there.
Wow.
How did you adjust to that kind of because that was like from 0 to 100, right? Your viralness. How did you adjust to that?
I was not used to that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's like my life under a microscope. The reporters in Hong Kong is very different. The way they do the reporting, the news, like very different from US. Like they have to find something to write about me. So even like when I try like a Chinese herbal medicine with my dad, it was on the headlines the next day. I was like, what is that?
You're like, this is such like a weird thing to even talk about. Like, just that's so funny. What
Yeah.
was the like? I guess what were maybe you probably didn't have DMs, but what was the fan mail like? Were you having some groupies? Were you having some people kind of wanting to meet you? What was the fan experience like for you?
It was crazy. There were I usually try to be nice to my fans as much as I could. I usually say yes to those photo or autograph requests, but sometimes I have to get. I was in a hurry. I have to get to my next flight.
Mm.
I have to get to my next destination, and it was and then sometimes they would still like circle around me. They don't let me go. It's so weird.
Oh
Oh.
my God. Was there like I mean that like that any other like stories or like anecdotes or things like, oh my God, you guys like this crazy thing happened?
Yeah, I mean, I will never forget how there was a random fan in Hong Kong. Like we were about to, sleep for the day, went back to the hotel, and then the guy was like running right behind us. It's like, and then he made it to the elevator, and he would kneel down, ask me for the picture.
Kneel
It's like it's almost
down.
it's yeah, it's like begging for the picture. It's like please, please. And he was blocking the doorway of the elevator. I will never forget that.
Did you give the photo?
Yes, I did.
Did you get any good dates out of it? Did you have any kind of female crushes out of it?
Not really. I mean, I had my chances, but I
Mm.
seemed for me, I never took those very seriously. At that time, I was more focused on my business and career, so I didn't want to pursue any relationships yet.
Yeah. That makes sense. Like you wanted to make sure that it was like for the right reasons, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about like fun swag? I mean, clearly, obviously we talked about like, the finances of entertainment were better than the academics, but like what any like fun trips or like th perks or things?
Oh yeah, there's so many. I mean, I love Iceland, Singapore, Malaysia. Yeah, yeah, all over the United States. I got to see most of the states at some point. It was crazy. I never thought that was possible.
Wow. Did you have any fun celeb encounters? Were any singers kind of come up to you and say anything, or any people that you idolized that you got to meet?
Well, I really like and admire, also respect Carrie Underwood. Like I feel that she's
Mm.
very down to earth. She is who she is.
So you met her?
Yes, I did.
Was that the season you auditioned?
No, it was
No.
I returned as a special guest during one of the
Mm.
finales.
And what was that interaction like? She just was really nice to you, or did she say anything of
No,
importance?
I forgot, but yeah, she was very
Okay.
nice to me, and I was so happy to meet her.
Did you ever end up meeting Ricky Martin?
Yes, I did. I also thought that was like one of those that's dreams come true. Like check off my bucket list.
Yeah, what
What
was
was
he like? Tell us that story. Like what happened? Where'd you meet him? How would he say?
Yeah, so Ricky Martin mentioned like multiple times on radio, he would love to meet me, perform with me at some point, but it didn't really happen until like 2018. And then one of my even I didn't hear for myself, but one of my friends heard on iHeartRadio that morning in LA, and then she called me up. It's like, wait, shouldn't you confirm that this guy he sounds serious? So I confirmed. And then I eventually I spoke to Ricky Martin's manager, and then it was all true. So I got invited to perform with Ricky Martin in Las Vegas together, and then I sang She Bangs together.
for his residency?
Yeah, I forgot what it was, but yeah, but it was in the uh MGM, like a
Yeah,
park.
wow.
What a moment, William.
Uh,
Like, that's amazing. How was he? Obviously very cool.
Yeah, he's so down to earth. He's so nice.
were you excited to see him in the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, I'm so glad that he went. It's been many years.
I
He
know.
was so good. He's so cute.
Oh yeah, he was
Yeah.
singing for his life up there. I
I
was like,
mean,
get it, Ricky.
hmm
Lord, yeah.
yeah.
Loved
He's
that.
also in Palm Royale, very good. But anyway,
Oh, yes,
I
yes.
digress. So fun, William. I mean, are you still like recognized? Like, are you still people still come up to you and stuff? And
Yeah, sometimes it still happens to this day. Like people will ask me like, "Oh, can I have a picture with you?" And that or the the random look. It's like you're that guy from American Idol.
I feel like you're still like people still talk about you still like doing things like we said like goat you were just like you're I feel like they could bring you back again like it's just like an ongoing kind of don't you feel like it's still ongoing?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Do you still watch these things? Like, do you watch Idol? Do you watch The Voice? Are you like interested in that, or has thing they all changed kind of too much?
I watch the highlights from Idol sometimes. I just want to keep it real. It's hard to follow all the different shows now.
Oh yeah.
But something that I've recently got more interested in. I don't know why, but I actually like shows such as Big Brother and Trader.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my
I'm casting
gosh.
traders right now. The civilian version. So
I
you
would
Oh,
love to see you
I
on
would,
wouldn't-
Traders.
I would love to play it. I will.
yeah, you couldn't qualify because you're too famous, quite frankly.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe the celeb version will
Oh yeah.
Especially, I mean, as a master poker player, you must have a great poker face.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to grade the best poker face, but somehow, even if I lie to you, it would just be smelling
Yeah, I would imagine you're a hard one to read. So it would be hard, I think, to figure out where you're maneuvering through in the trader's castle.
yeah.
But I also feel like you're too like you're so nice. Are you like really that nice? Because I feel like you couldn't like backstab somebody or lie to somebody.
Well, that's a good question. I think that if I were to get the chance, what I might my approach is that I'm still like to mostly tell the truth. I'm that kind of person, right? So the way I would approach it is like I would still tell the truth, but I would selectively withhold information. That's like that, figure out when to tell what and then who to tell it to because that's got a lot of people in trouble. I watch so many seasons.
Exactly. Exactly. Is there anything that happened sort of behind the scenes on your experience, either the Idol you were on or just the many shows you've been on that like surprised you or that people would be surprised to know about how it works behind the scenes at all?
Um, well, I know that I can't say too much now for American Idol. I know it's changed a lot since ABC took over. Um, during my years, I didn't know how they choose the auditions. And then only later on I found out. Wow, they choose the worst ones. They choose the crazy ones, and then choose a few good ones. It's like, whoa, that was so different from what I expected.
Were you surprised by people saying that you were like one of the worst ones, or were you like, yeah, that's like kind of the point? Like, what? Talk me through that.
I know where I stand. I would never compare myself to professional singers that many years of music training. But I also know that I'm not the worst one on paper because to me the worst one means that people have to get out of the room. They have to cover up the ears. I know I'm not that bad.
And I'm sure I know there are people who would probably rather go to a William Hung concert than maybe even like the people who hate country wouldn't even want to go to a Carrie Underwood concert. So like you bring a vibe and totally it's
Sure.
like that's part of the magic of it all. Do you
And I,
have any, oh sorry,
no, you go.
do you have any regrets or are you like I live my life with no regrets or you're like I wish I did this differently or I wish I didn't do that?
Well, nobody can lead a perfect life.
Mhm.
So I think the most important value I look at the way perspective I want to take is that I make the best decision at that time, and I did.
Mhm.
For that, for the most part, I feel proud of the decisions I made.
And it's led to so many good things, yeah, right? I mean, and
Yeah.
can you talk a little bit because I know you also like do some like speaking around this. Like, can you talk a little bit about that and other things that you've been able to do because of this really cool experience you had?
Yeah, I was in I got the fortune to deliver 3 TEDx talks. I did motivational, inspirational speeches around the world. And I focus more on the resilience because that's my core identity.
Yeah, where are some of the places that you've talked at?
I remember it was I did some business annual conferences for companies. And then I spoke for event at University of Michigan, for example. So I've done many different kinds of speaking events.
What I'm motivated by is like that you went from being super shy, introverted, like nobody wants to talk to me, to basically like a world tour as like a pop star. Like it's just from
That's
like you making a decision to be like, I just think I want to do something different. That's like really that is inspiring to me.
it is.
Well, it's a transformation over time because during my first few years, right after I got famous from the American Idol audition, uh, my interviews were like very like shaky. Like I would like, for example, I will never forget how I was like shaking inside when I did interview with Howard Stern. It's like, oh, no.
Well, he's a kind of a scary one. I'd be shaking to interview with him.
Yeah.
He goes in.
Uh,
So what was it that you used? How did you get more comfortable then in those interviews?
I try to study a little bit from other people's interviews, but mostly I reflect on what how I want to share my story and my core values with the world.
Mm.
Yeah, because really, William, like, your whole thing is that you took this opportunity that other people, like we talked about, even the rejection from Simon or whatever, and kind of turned it and made it into this like joyous, like fun thing that people really relate to, right?
Yeah.
Are you usually at a party, are you the life of the party, kind of bringing the whole vibe up? Or are you kind of more like you take one person, you guys kind of chat to the side? What I feel like I would imagine you're the life of the party, but I don't know. I feel like people would love having you around, just bringing the vibe up.
Um, I'm not sure. That's a great question because I picture myself like how I do in most social settings. It seems that the people would around me would bring up that conversation. Oh, are you the American Idol guy? Oh my God!
Mm.
Right. So I saw for me my unique approach is I let that come to me.
Mm.
But for my personal like communication preference, I prefer to have a few deep relationships, not just artificial relationships.
Do you get sick of talking about it, or are you like, yeah, I'll talk about it to anyone?
I don't mind being being my American Idol audition being the starting point
Mm.
because that gives me more opportunities to connect with people.
Mm.
Yeah, to connect with people and like we Danny talked about, like motivating people, helping people
Yeah.
see your journey, right? And what how they can like have impact on their own life through that.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be a great mentor, like to young
Mhm.
kids, especially people maybe who are a little bit shy or reserved, and I feel like you'd be so great with that.
Yeah, I would love to do that as well. I did that before. Something that another thing that people may not know is that I was in Toastmasters for over 8 years. It's like a public speaking program. So yeah, I enjoy mentoring other people to help them along their journey.
I'm in that too, William. I think it's a really, really great resource that I think not enough people really like, not that they don't know about it, but I think they don't really realize like what it is. So I'm glad that you gave that a shout out.
Yeah, something that I want like a one of takeaways is that I'm not one-dimensional person. Yes, I'm a guy who's staying on national television, but also a data analytics manager who plays board games competitively and research environmental justice. So in owning my story means embracing all those contradictions. So when you stop trying to play a character and just bring your full strategic self to the table, nobody can take your power away.
Mm,
Tell it, William.
preach. I
Love
love that.
preaching. Me
Yeah.
too. Me
People
too.
aren't one-dimensional. Yeah, so it's always important to remember.
What do you think it is that people respond to about you, William?
I have a certain level of radical authenticity.
Mhm.
I like to tell the truth. Um, I don't know how to say it. I have that brutal honesty, but I also try to frame it in a positive and respectful way.
Yeah.
You're brutally honest, would you say?
Yes.
Like if you didn't like if I was wearing something and you didn't like it, how would you what would you say?
Well, the green shirt looks okay, but maybe a bit dark. You know, you can try other more bright colors and see how you look.
I like that you gave a solution and not just that's ugly.
Just a complaint. Exactly. Also, William, sandwiching, right? Like we throw from evaluations.
Yeah,
Got to sandwich that, William.
Mm.
Danny, that's like telecompliment and then
Oh, I know about
the
sandwiching.
approval and then yeah.
Amazing.
What else? I
Oh,
feel like there's more stuff. I want to make sure we get everything that we wanted to cover. We talked about your career. Anything else? Any other like behind the scenes, um, I guess like any kind of casting-y things that you want to talk about or like anything you have coming up that you're excited to, or that you would want to talk about?
Oh, okay. I don't mind sharing this because that I do have this goal, and it sounds like a crazy goal. So for this year, I don't think I can take on any like major time commitment projects. I seriously considered auditioning for Big Brother season 28. But I don't think I can do it for right now because it affects my job directly. You know,
Yeah.
I need the time to spend with my wife, take care of some family issues this year. So yeah, but if I can do like be special guests, it doesn't take like 3 months locked away in a isolated world. Then that's okay. But maybe next year or two, I will consider something like that. I would love to do it for the experience, not for the money, for the experience.
You also like I feel like weren't you on a couple shows also? Like I know obviously the reality world, but like were you on like Arrested Development and maybe some other show?
Yeah, yes, I was the special guest like hung jury.
ah, hungry. That's so funny. Kind of like your album, what is it? Hung for the Holidays?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you come up with that title?
No, my record company did, but it was really cool.
Yeah. That's awesome you did it. Did you always want to do a Christmas album or did you never even think about that?
I would love to do Christmas album. I thought it was really fun. Something different. So yeah, I enjoyed that project.
Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like so many musical artists, like their dream is to have the Christmas album. And you did
Yeah.
it. You were on Arrested Development. Were you on any other shows?
Uh oh. I mostly on talk shows.
Talk
I
show.
remember I was on like Jay Leno multiple times. I was on Jimmy Kimmel multiple times. Ellen DeGeneres. Yeah, I love those talk shows.
How was Ellen?
She's so nice.
Was
Oh,
she?
good.
Yeah, she was very nice to me.
Because I worked on her Game of Game show, so that's all I will say.
Mm.
Okay.
Anyway,
Maybe the talent is
for 5 minutes,
treated
but still, yeah,
nicely.
it
Yeah.
was. I've heard lots of stories.
Oh.
Speaking of stories, yeah. What else? Like, what do you want people to sort of like, remember about you besides the whole like idol thing? Because like you said, you're more than one dimensional. Like, I don't know, anything else you wanna share?
Mm. Well, like what how I shared like it's not just one identity or one
Yeah,
thing. Right? It's a
yeah,
uh, multiple things together.
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey.
Amazing. I think we got, I feel like we probably got it.
Yeah, no, I feel like
Yeah.
we did for sure. I just want to make sure that we have everything that we need. And like William, obviously, we want to make sure that you say everything that you wanted to say and wanted to share. So we're excited to be on with you.
Yes. Thank you for coming on. It was so nice meeting you and getting to hear all this cool stuff and all your stories.
Let's stay in touch. Yeah, if there's anything I can help, let me know. I enjoyed that goat experience. So I just want to put it out there. It was very unfortunate that I had that like incident that I couldn't be part of the whole show during that time. So if there's another opportunity in the future, let me know.
Love it.
Absolutely. We adored having you on. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you,
I am gonna
William.
Thank
I'm gonna ask you
you.
to, he's a doll. He's this is what I think is so cool about him and the interview. He's so vulnerable. And I know that that's like, people throw that word around a lot, but he's just somebody that you want to kind of like take care of. And he's so endearing. And I think that's what people responded to in the very beginning. And he's like still that way.
Totally. And I was just thinking he's someone I for real could see myself. This would never happen, but I feel like he'd make a great travel partner. Like just fun, up for
Up for
anything. Yeah,
anything.
let's do
Absolutely.
it. Like
Not like
just yeah.
not too like bougie or worried about like what we're gonna do or whatever. Like just fun. Just
Yeah.
like a yes like and yes person.
And I feel like it was a little bit missed when I asked the question, and I am just curious about it. Maybe it was so long ago he doesn't remember, but like what made him be like, I don't want to be shy anymore? Like, was it a crush
Yeah.
on a girl? Was he just like, I feel like that's such a cool, it's also such a pendulum swing. Most people are like, I don't want to be shy anymore, and they take a step.
You're right.
For what he
Okay.
did,
He
it's
just like
like a
jumped
completely different
in.
person.
Yeah, he's brave.
Yeah, yeah. That is one thing to definitely take away is like super brave. Like his stuff went all over the world.
And not just brave to do it in the first place, right? But brave that when it got insane, because he didn't know what to do. I mean, this was before social media, really, before like influencers and all that. So he didn't know there was no like path ahead that had been like forged for him. He just jumped in. He could have just been like, "Oh, this is like crazy and too much. Like, let me just step back." But he was like, "No, let me just like let me go get on stage with Ricky Martin." I mean, that's crazy.
And it was before culture was, in a way, I think culture is maybe nicer now in certain ways and more understanding, and then obviously worse depending on where
Yeah.
you are. But I feel like, back at then, news programs and stuff were not as.
Yeah, we weren't as socially conscious of being like
Mhm.
kind and not like, yeah.
Yeah, because someone else that could have destroyed them.
Yeah,
But he just has such a great spirit.
he really does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I feel like he'll be such a good dad. I know he
I
said they were like still
know.
trying or
I know. I
whatever.
always hate
Yeah.
to ask that question. I never know. I mean, I've been asked that, obviously had been asked that question a million times before we had Jade, but it's always such like is it is it okay to ask if somebody's having,
Yeah.
I never know.
Is it? I mean, that's what not necessarily that, but that's what I found out that is it Titi Me Pregunto, the Bad Bunny song is kind of. I talked to my friend Jenny who's she's Dominican, but I was like, Jenny, because I looked up the lyrics. I'm like, why are we bringing the aunt to the club? Like, I'm so confused by this. And she's like, oh, it's about the aunties who are always up in everyone's business. Like, when are you having kids? When are you getting married? And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. But I guess that's kind of like an auntie question, right?
It
When
is
are you
an
having kids?
anti-question. Yeah. And it's just like, I guess nowadays you worry so much about like offending people and like,
Hmm.
but
I just asked someone the other day. I was so nervous of offending them, but it was relevant to the interview because they were with their partner. But I was like, what's on your neck? Because I was nervous it was going to be maybe a birthmark or a
Mhm.
scar or a
Yeah,
deformity.
like,
Thankfully, it was what I thought it was, which was a hickey.
ooh, hickeys. You don't really hear about hickeys too much anymore. I feel like that is such like a middle school, well, maybe that's too young, but like for me, I just feel like that's such like
I literally
I
said,
mean,
"Oh, we bringing hickeys back, I guess."
I guess so. Like, when is the last time you had a hickey?
Oh,
I'm
I could
literally
not.
asking you.
Uh, you are literally, or you're not.
I'm literally asking
I
you.
could not tell you. Probably college, and I think
Yeah.
I maybe only had one in my whole life.
I mean,
Have you?
Well, I mean, I definitely had them, but like it's been a minute.
Amazing. Well, that was fun.
That was fun. She bangs, she bangs. What a
It's
cutie.
crazy and what a weird way how like truly actually that name is famous. Like I just was talking
Oh
to
my God.
my, my what are they to me? My sister's brother's parents. And like people who are kind of not necessarily in pop culture, like, oh yeah, I know him. But had I named any other kind of not super famous idol person, they would have no idea who they were.
Yeah. Even Jade knew who he was, which I feel like that's very generational, that time of him being on Idol. But yeah,
Yeah,
he
that feels before our
transcends
time.
generations.
Transcendent. We love. Oh my gosh. Well,
Until next
until
time,
next time,
we
we'll
transcend
transcend.
again.
Bye.